All right, so we finally have SQL Server installed and I'm back in the VM. So the first thing obviously you want to do is to make sure that everything is up and running absolutely. Because what I found in Azure is that when you restart your VM, sometimes your SQL Server service doesn't start. So I'm going to try and connect to it. Actually, I should just check that first. So I'll go to SQL Server 2019. I'll go to SQL Server Configuration Manager. You can see I was right. All the services are stopped. So we actually only need the SQL Server service. All right, so the SQL Server service is up and running. Maybe I should just start everything as well, so I don't have to worry about coming back here and changing anything. All right. Lastly is the integration service. I'm just gonna do a refresh to verify everything is started. Okay, that's great. So now I'll open my SQL Management Studio. Actually, the one thing I want to show you also is to pin the SQL Management Studio to the taskbar. I'll do that by right-clicking here, going to More, and then saying Show Open File Location. Then I can just drag and drop the SQL Management Studio onto the taskbar. So at least from there, I can always reach it. All right. Okay, let's see if I can find the server name in the database engine. Okay, click connect. All right, it looks like our SQL Server is up and running. So we have a database. We can create a database here to test. Yeah, test DB. All right, so it looks like everything is fine. We can write some queries. Okay, these are all the databases there, and that's the user database that I just created now. All right, so I'm going to close SQL, and the next thing I need to do is to install SharePoint. So SQL installation is straightforward. SharePoint is it's got a bit of step to it. So the first thing we need to do with SharePoint is to obviously install the prereq. So if I go into the SharePoint disk and then I go to the splash screen. Okay, so once you have your splash screen, so there's really two steps to this anyway. So three categories of information here. One is the prep. Obviously, you find hardware requirement, software requirement, everything in a link there. Additional information like SharePoint updates and SharePoint websites, you can find that here. And the installation is a two-step installation, actually a three-step installation. One is installing the prerequisite, and the second one is SharePoint Server installation. So the prerequisite, unfortunately, it requires that you have internet access during the installation, because what would happen is SharePoint will go online and download all the software that you see here from the internet, and will probably restart your machine a couple of times. So web server configuration will be done, the role will be installed, SQL Server, SP4 native clients, sync framework, server app, identity. So all of this stuff would need to be downloaded and installed as well. So I'll just accept the license agreement, and then I'll click next, and then I'll wait. All right, so finally, our prerequisite has been installed. It just needs a restart, so I'll just click finish. Okay, so I have just connected back. The one thing I have found many a times, especially when I'm doing SharePoint installation, is that when SharePoint restart, that's exactly the point. So when SharePoint restart, it expects the SharePoint installation disk to still be mounted, and unfortunately it's not. So you always have to just go back and then go to SharePoint. And this time around, I'm just going to say mount. So so that the installations can continue. So obviously it's not going to just continue straight away because it already run into error. So I'll just go back again to the splash, which is the welcome window for the for SharePoint installation. click on the prerequisites, and if everything is okay, it'll just come back and tell me that no prerequisite, everything is done. So if I just click next, all right, so you can see that it tells me that the installation is complete. So that is absolutely perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and install SharePoint. So to install SharePoint, you go there, back to the splash screen. And so the first thing that SharePoint presents you with, it's a product key for SharePoint installation. So I'm gonna pause the video real. So I've just paused the video and I put the product key in, and yeah, and I click next. So I need to accept all the license agreements. So SharePoint will be installed in this location. I'm quite fine with it. So I'll click install now. And this would also take about a minute or two. I think what actually takes the most time during SharePoint installation is the configuration of SharePoint, which usually happens after the installation is done. So once all the binaries have been copied, SharePoint would need to be configured in place. So I'll just pause the video. We'll be right back, and then we'll continue with the configuration once the installation is done. All right, looks like the installation is about to finish. It's just finalizing any minute now. All right, so finally the installation is done. And what you will notice is SharePoint actually wants you to run the configuration wizard. That's why the tick box there is already done for you. So you don't have to uncheck it. So just leave it there and then click close, and then the configuration is going to start. So in order for this to happen, you need to reboot. So let's do that quickly. Okay, and I'm going to go back again. Shouldn't take long. You probably just need to wait for it for like a few minutes or so. So let's try again. Okay. All right. You remember the process again. The disk is also not mounted, so you must go back and mount the SharePoint disk. Okay, there we go. So I mounted it just in time for the installation to start. So that's great. I'll click on the next button. Yes, it'll restart IIS. Click yes. Create a new form. So if you were connecting to an existing form, you choose the first option, but we're creating a brand spanking form from the beginning. Our database server name. So if you remember correctly, when we connect to SQL, we needed to specify a database server. So that database server is what I need to choose right here. Just wait for it. Actually, I need to join a performance review meeting shortly. Okay, so the server name was called SharePoint Server. I actually meant to put SharePoint Server, but I see now I just have SharePoint Server there. So I'll click paste. Then you need to specify the username and the password. ABC SharePoint admin, and then the password. Click next. Okay. All right, for some weird reason, I'm unable to connect to SQL. Let's try that again. So I know the domain name is ABC SharePoint admin, and then the password is my cryptic password. All right, so I tried to connect to SQL, then I realized that the service is stopped again. This is something that I'm not sure why it's happening, so I'm just going to start them up again, and that's the reason why we're unable to sort of carry on. The SQL Server service is not running. So if you have the same problem, all you have to do is just go to SQL Configuration Manager and start up all the services again. So now that we have all the services running, I will go back to SharePoint, click Next. Okay, that's it. So there's a passphrase, just a keyword that you need to specify. If you want to make changes to the SharePoint farm, you need to provide these keywords. So I would usually just use my password as well, but this could be anything that you decide to use in your environment. Okay, so this is the most important aspect of SharePoint installation. You need to choose which of the role you want to install. So for now, I'm probably going to do another video doing a distributed installation. We just want a single server firm, so everything that you see on the list here will be installed on a single machine. So I'll click on the next button, and then I need to specify the port that I want to use for my central administration. This is one of the most important tools that is used for administering SharePoint, so I will specify my own port. And it looks like everything, is not ready for configuration. So I'll click Next, and then it'll take about 5 to 10 minutes for this to complete. So I will pause the video. In fact, I'll end the video here and I'll carry on in the next video. And in the next video, I'll just show you how to finalize the SharePoint installation and create a SharePoint site and move on from there. All right, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.